I'm Arica Rock. I'm a doctor of audiology at Bloomington Normal Audiology. I grew up in Cullum, Illinois. It's about 60 miles northeast of here, and I still live there. Not a lot to do in Cullum. Sports were big growing up. That was one of the only things we had to do. So, throughout school, I always played sports. I did not really get the athletic talent in my family. I had good intentions, but I'm the traveling audiologist. So, a Monday morning we have staff meeting in the morning. So I drive an hour to get to work, and I come to work for our staff meeting, and then I have a couple hours that I see patients, and then I get ready and I leave and go to our Pontiac office. So then my afternoon is spent there. Natalie and I take turns every other Wednesday. So sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm here. Well, I actually went to school to be a speech pathologist. And all the undergraduate work is both. You have to take all the speech classes in order to be an audiologist. But it was the audiology classes that I enjoyed more. I knew I wanted to help people, and then, I got thinking about all the personal experience I had, and it just seemed more like the right path. I never had ear problems or anything, but my dad did. He had tons of ear infections as a kid and has always had hearing loss. I also have an uncle who has severe to profound hearing loss from childhood, and then both of his children have pretty significant hearing losses. So it's been something I've always been exposed to. Well, I think it makes you more sympathetic or empathetic towards them. It's something, you're always aware of, and you have to change the way you communicate with them. And so it's just always something, it kind of came natural to me because I was used to talking with people who couldn't hear well. I had one guy who left here and he hadn't heard the birds chirp in years. And so as soon as he walked outside, he heard them, but he thought we had piped in bird sounds outside as he left, because he's like, no, that's just a little too much. And he swore that there was some kind of stereo system as he left, to make it, make the cell. And then he realized when he got home, he could hear them too. That was the biggest one. I thought that was funny. But then I had a patient, just a couple weeks ago. She'd always went to her grandson's Scholastic Bowl meets, and she couldn't ever hear what was going on because a lot of times they weren't facing her. She missed a lot of it. And then she got her hearing aids, and she came back, and she said that was the first time that I heard every word they said. I think the thing I see most often is that their family wants them to come in, and they don't realize that there's a problem. We get that a lot. Well, she made me come here. When we look at the results of our hearing test, we can tell them where they're having trouble. They're not always ready to do something right away, but to just have that proof or something, I think that oftentimes gives them, the courage to take the next step. Sometimes they just have to see it. I think the biggest thing is they have to be ready. Nobody can force them into it. You come in, get your hearing tested, it doesn't hurt. It's not scary. We're not scary.